Hello, my name is Keshwani. That's Keshwani, Keshwani. We are here because we want to prepare for the math portion of the revised GRE. We have been solving math problems out of this book here, the official guide to the GRE revised general test. You must have this book in front of you. If you do not own this book already, purchase one immediately. Please turn to page number 114. Page 114, and on that page you will see a problem that we are about to solve, which goes something like this. We are asked to compare these two quantities. In column A, we have 2 raised to 30 minus 2 raised to 29 over 2. And in column B, we have 2 raised to 28. Now listen carefully, please. This question, when it appeared very first time in the real GRE, which is where these questions are from, which is why you need to have this book, in my opinion, and no other book, because this is the only book which will give you the real exams, real questions from the real GRE. When this question appeared in the GRE, 80% of the students who were taking the exam, 4/5 of the people, missed it. Only 20% got it right. It appeared as the most difficult quantitative comparison question in the section. These questions are called quantitative comparison because our job is to compare the two quantities. Now there are two ways to solve this question. One is what I call the conventional way, the orthodox way, the traditional way, the geeky way, the nerdy way, the academic way, the mathematical way, the way your math teacher would expect you to solve this question, the way the people who are giving you the exam, the way the ETS folks will expect you to solve this question, which is the conventional way. And then the other one is what I call the quick and dirty way. I'm going to solve these questions both ways. I'm going to show you the nerdy way, I'm going to show you the geeky way, but first I'm going to show you the quick and dirty way. But before you finish watching this video or afterwards, at some point in time, I would like you to watch, after you have watched this video, I would like you to watch this video. Also watch, just type in this tag, just search for GRE-10E P for page 208, or you can simply type in GRE page 208. Just type in this tag, search for it, and you will see a video that I have put together. You see, I'm giving you a very long version here. You see this so-called revised GRE, a whole bunch of changes were made in the GRE exam, but the one change that they have not made is the fact that the quantitative comparison question, since I keep saying it all the time, let's put it here so you know what I'm talking about. Comparison is not spelled correctly. One change that they have not made is that they have not taken out quantitative comparison questions, and therefore all the quantitative comparison questions that you find in the old book, which is the 10th edition of the official guide of the GRE, which I'm going to show you in a second. I left it in the other room inadvertently. I'm going to be back in 15 seconds. Okay, just give me a second. Very good. As I just said, give me a second, I'll be back in 15 seconds. It's probably because I'm not a math person. Here's the book I was talking about. It's called Practicing to Take the GRE General Test. Same as before, except this one is called Practicing to Take the GRE Revised General Test. This is the old book. And the quantitative comparison question in this book that exist are the same quantitative comparison questions that you're going to find in your exam. Therefore, if you want to practice more of these questions, you can watch all of these videos. There are 210 quantitative comparison questions in this book. I have solved every single one of them. They're on my channel. You can go and watch them. But anyway, after you finish watching this video, I want you to put in this tag GRE-page 208 and compare this video to what you're watching right now. Let's do the quick and dirty way first. Okay? Quick and dirty. In a quick and dirty way, what you do is you reduce this power. 2 to the 30, of course, you're not going to sit there and try to figure out, even though these days they do give you calculator, but even then you cannot solve 2 raised to the 30th in the calculator that they give you, in any calculator for that matter. It's too large a number. It's too large a number to manually do it out. So you improvise. You pretend that instead of 2 to the 30, it is 2 to the 3. So what did I just do? I reduced the power by 27. I subtracted 27 from it. I'm going to do the same thing to this guy. I'm going to do the same thing to this guy. As long as this part does not matter, over 2 does not matter, because what it is whatever this quantity is on the top, we're supposed to take half of it, which is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to take half of it. We're going to divide it by 2, whatever that happens to be. Except instead of taking a large power of 2 to the 30, now we only have 2 to the 3. We have reduced it by the power of 27. We have subtracted 27 from here to here. We have subtracted 27 from here to here. As long as we subtract 27 to each exponent, nothing is going to change. Whatever reasoning that holds here is the exact same reasoning that is going to hold here. Do you follow me? So 2 to the third minus 2 to the 29 minus 27 is now 2 to the second. And we're going to take half of that quantity. And here 2 to the 28 minus 27 is just 2 to the first power, which is just 2. Let's see what this works out to be. 2 to the third is 8 minus 2 to the second, which is 4 over 2. 8 minus 4 is 4 over 2. 4 over 2 is 2. Oh, voila, what do you know? These two are equal. The answer is C. That's it. We're done. Over and done with. That's it. We're done. Now, if you want a peace of mind, if you feel that this guy is pulling a fast one, is it going to work if I take a different power? Is it going to work if I had taken a different power? Just one second. Well, the answer to that question is very simple. Answer is, why don't you try it out? Let's try it out. Okay, let's try it out. I'm going to redo it, except this time, instead of subtracting 27, let's subtract 26 and let's see what happens. Let's do it here. So if you were to subtract 26, 2 to the 30th, 2 to the 30th now becomes 2 to the 26 because, 2 to the 4th because we're subtracting 26. So this becomes 2 to the 4th minus 2 to the 29. 29 minus 26 is 3 over 2. And in the second column, if you were to subtract 26 from it, it will become 2 to the second. Let's see what this gives us. 2 to the 4th is 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 8 times 2 is 16. So it is 16 minus 8, which is 2 to the 3rd, over 2. 16 minus 8 is 8 over 2, which is 4. Voila, what do you know? That's exactly the same thing that we find there. The answer is C. That's all. This is the quick and dirty way. Now, if you insist, if you're hell-bent on me showing you the nerdy way, then I shall oblige. Here we go. Let's do the nerdy way, shall we? Now, nerdy way is so called because it is not for the mere mortal. It is for those people. Let me break into a quick sermon one more time here, just so you understand what this exam is all about. This exam that you're preparing for is taken by two different kind of species, two different kind of animals. Listen very carefully. There are two different kind of animals who takes this exam. People who are majoring in social sciences and people who are majoring in pure sciences. So if your undergraduate major was in sociology, anthropology, history, English literature, whatever, and if you want to get your master's degree, they will require you to take the GRE. I was about to say SAT. They will require you to take the GRE. But this is this group. This group is very strong in the language portion of the exam, but they're not very strong in the math portion of the exam. Then the second kind of animal who takes this GRE exam are the people who are majoring in pure sciences. People who had undergraduate degree in mathematics, physics, astronomy, pure sciences, you understand? These people have very strong background in mathematics, engineering students. They have very strong background in mathematics, but they're not going to do well in the language portion of the exam. The nerdy way that I'm about to show you is going to be a very simple, very straightforward way for those people who have undergraduate degree in engineering or mathematics or physics, chemistry. That's simple. But it's not a very straightforward way for somebody who has a background in social sciences. So for those people, the quick and dirty way is your savior. Do you understand? Anyway, enough of the talk. Let me just quickly do the nerdy way. And the nerdy way is so called because it is very nerdy. I'm not going to stop there and explain every single excruciating detail, every single excruciating steps, because if I have to stop there and explain to you every single step, then it's not meant for you. Do you understand? So I'm just going to do it. Let's see what happens. So here are the two quantities. Here's the quantity that is given to us. 2 to the 30th minus 2 to the 29th over 2. And here is the second quantity, 2 to the 28th. Okay. Step 1. Multiply both columns by 2. If you multiply both columns by 2, you can do that as you can do anything that you want to the two columns as long as you treat the two columns in the same exact manner. And as long as you do not go around multiplying or dividing by a negative number. And I'm not going to go into detail as to what I just meant by that comment. Watch the previous 4 videos that I have posted in the day 1 through 4. I don't know which one it is. But in one of those videos I took a lot of time in explaining why it is not a good idea to go around multiplying or dividing both columns by a negative number. So as long as you stick with the positive numbers, you can multiply both columns by the same number, you can divide both columns by the same positive number, it's not going to change anything. So let's multiply both columns by 2. And instead of rewriting everything, I'm just going to do it here to save time. So if you take this quantity and you multiply it by 2, this 2 right here at the bottom and this 2, they cancel out. That was the whole idea. And now we are left with 2 to the 30th minus 2 to the 29 in this column. And here we have 2 to the 28th times 2 to the first power, which is same as 2 to the 29th. What's the second step? Let's add, so this becomes 2 to the 29th. Step number 2, add 2 to the 29th to both columns. We're going to add this 2 to the 29th to both columns. So here we have 2 to the 30th minus 2 to the 29th, and here we have 2 to the 29th. We're going to add 2 to the 29th to both columns. Okay, let's just see what happens. Well, when we add 2 to the 29th to both columns, there is a positive quantity here, 2 to the 29, here is a rather negative quantity, 2 to the 29, and here we have positive quantity, 2 raised to 29. They cancel out. And here we are left with 2 to the 30th, and here we are left with 2 times 2 to the 29th. 2 times 2 to the 29 is same as 2 to the 30. Because here is 2 to the first, 2 to the first, and 2 to the 29, you add the power, which is same as 2 raised to 30, and there you go, that's it. So even the so-called nerdy way, the geeky way, the classical way, the academic way, the traditional way, the mathematical way, only involves 2 steps, 2 simple steps, but the problem is, sometimes you may not be able to see those 2 simple steps. And if that is the case, if you were sitting there and you stumble, you were struggling with it, how to deal with this bloody thing 2 raised to 30th, then you can do the other method that I just showed you, which was the quick and dirty method, where you just reduce the power, and as long as you do it consistently throughout the whole problem, you'll be fine. So there you are, 2 quantities are equal, 2 to the 30th, which is same as 2 to the 30th. The answer is C. Of course the answer is C because we already saw that the answer was C when we did it the quick way. Answer is not going to change, obviously. I hope you found it helpful. I will see you tomorrow on day number 6. As I explained to you on day number 1 on the videos, my goal is to do every single every single math problems out of this book here. There's a very ambitious goal, but that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep on checking along little by little whenever I have some time. Today is our day number 5, and I'll see you tomorrow on day number 6, where we're going to do an algebra problem on page number 115. This was page number 114. I'll see you then. Okay? Thanks. Bye.